Yo guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Quasi TV and we are watching Schindler's List. I listen, I haven't got a box of tissues. I don't know. As I'm getting older, definitely getting more sensitive when it comes to movies and I'm crying more. However, I haven't had a full-on cry sesh on camera. How would people tell me this is a movie that's going to make me cry? I don't think I'm going to cry. I'll probably get emotional, but will my eyes leak? I don't know. I say all this to say, I know that this movie is supposed to be a tearjerker. It's supposed to be pretty sad. I have an idea about the period that this is about. I believe this is to do with Jewish people and so. Listen, I don't know, simply, but we're gonna watch it. This is steeped in history. I might be sounding really ignorant right now, and if I am, maybe this is gonna get cut out the video. If I was to name two things that I know about this movie, a lot of people cry at this movie, and number two, this is to do with the Jewish people. That's it. Oh, sorry, and obviously it's directed by Steven Spielberg. So, yeah. Do I have anything else to add? Let's just watch it. I'm tired. So now we are done with the Mafia-thon and we are moving on to the Steven Spielberg-a-thon. I know it sounds stupid, but we're moving with it. Started off with Jurassic Park. We're watching Schindler's List. We're going to watch Saving Private Ryan. I want to try and watch 2 or 3 other movies. No Indiana Jones, no Ready Player One, no Color Purple. You can let me know what I should watch. Oh, no E.T., but you can let me know what I should watch from Steven Spielberg. You can do that either in the comments or you can head over to Patreon. On Patreon, I have full-length watch-alongs as well as trying to give you these reactions 1 week in advance before I drop them on YouTube. Sounds like a still to me, but let me know. What should I watch next? Let's start the film. Just like a Jewish prayer, a Hebrew prayer. Oh, the candle's going. Uh-oh. Oh, I was thinking about what the meaning. Oh, shh. Yikes. Well, this is pretty much what I thought the movie's, at least time period and context would be. What I was going to say in the opening was that I was trying to think about whether the candlelight going out, the flame going out, was good or bad. Usually it's a bad thing, especially when you make the rest of the picture unsaturated after that. Oh, sorry. Why am I apologizing? That should be my reaction. Liam Neeson. I don't know the cast, guys. This opening, or this part, it's not necessarily the opening, but it's really stylish. I mean, look at the cinematography here. I'm liking so much what I'm seeing visually that I'm not even like, maybe this is intentional. It's kind of drowning out. It's not, but like, how can I word this? It's almost attempting to make you forget the fact that you're watching people who are part of the SS.
Yes, sir. Who is that man?
Liam Neeson.
That's Oscar Schindler.
Oh, of course it is. Well, he sure knows how to entertain. Whoa, that was a sharp contrast and back to reality. Back to reality. They're mocking him. That's horror. Ugh. See, when I said I feel like Spielberg was doing that intentionally, making that other bit look so glamorous, so stark, that it makes me even more disgusted.
The Jews can no longer own businesses. That's why this one's in receivership.
But they wouldn't own it. I'd own it. I'd pay them back in product, pots and pans. Something they can feel on their hands. They can trade it on the black market, do whatever they want. Everybody's happy.
Everybody's happy, yeah. He attaches his name, he reaps the benefits. certain points in my life, I would have said, there's no way this would happen today. And then you look at the world and you're like, are we letting this happen today?
Told Mr. Stern you wanted to speak to me. I'm here. I made you a fair offer.
Fair would be a percentage of the company.
Forget the whole thing. Get out.
How do we know that you will do what you say?
Because I said I would. You want a contract? To be upheld by what court? I said what I do. That's our contract.
The standard SS rate for Jewish skilled laborers is 7 marks a day. 5 for unskilled and women. The Jewish worker's salary, you paid directly to the SS, not to the worker. He gets nothing.
What?
But it's outside the ghetto, so you can barter for extra goods. Also, he's asking for 10 healthy women for the team. Your name goes on the list?
I hear your name goes on the list and they put you on trust.
Probably should have caught on earlier.
You call the Blauschein to say that you are an essential worker. I'll get these papers for you and Cage.
Essential worker just reminds me of COVID times. That is so dystopian.
Not essential. I think you misunderstand the meaning of the word.
Stand over there. Move. Next.
I teach history and literature. Swear it's not essential. You're crazy. You want it in your drawer. I'm a metal polisher.
Take the round.
Love that for you, bro.
Don't touch.
I mean, to be fair, this is likely some of their first times. I'm judging them by modern standards, but that's not fair. Okay, no, she's got to go. She's inside the keyboard. Yeah. Watch him not hire her. He's gonna hire the one that was flirting with him. I never thought I'd find some light-hearted moments like that in this film. I don't know what I thought this film was, but I do know. I thought this was just gonna be like, oh, heavy, constantly.
Honey, you've got a big storm coming.
Expressly designed and crafted for military use. DEF's staff of highly skilled and experienced artisans and journeymen deliver a product of unparalleled quality. A full line of field and kitchenware. See attached list and available colors.
Sorry, the woman in the background is killing me.
The first two, I've never had much use for. Just pretend, for Christ's sake. The usual thing would be to acknowledge my gratitude. It would also, by the way, be the courteous thing.
Say something. Say what's on your mind.
Oscar, who is it?
She's so embarrassed. Look at her.
Oh, is this his wife?
Be careful of the step, miss.
Mrs. Schindler.
Yes. And he had just had the baby. Of course she was embarrassed. Why wouldn't that lady been embarrassed when your wife has turned up? Oh.
350 workers on the factory floor with one purpose.
To make pots and pans?
To making money.
Money.
Oh. Literally.
In every business I tried, I can see now it wasn't me that failed. Something was missing.
What was it?
You can't create a thing, and it makes all the difference in the world between success.
Is he talking about the people working for him, the Jewish people?
Luck.
War.
Oh, that's nasty, man. That's so nasty. I don't know why I'm seeing, it's so odd to see parallels from this movie and COVID, but the way he's profiting from this war, and then they were just talking about the essential workers and all of that, it just reminds me of COVID. Like the businesses that took that opportunity of people suffering and used it to make money at the time. That's immediately what I thought of when he just said that. Well, back to his other woman.
There's a machinist outside who'd like to thank you personally for giving him a job.
I want to thank you, sir. The VSS beat me up. They would have killed me, but I'm essential to the war effort. Thanks to you.
All right.
You're a good man.
Oh.
God bless you.
Is the SS responsible for his arm? Does he? I feel like he doesn't want to be emotionally attached to any of this because he knows what he's doing.
Wer ist der Schaufelwerfer?
einzig eine und dann wird die Straße gereinigt. We'll be late for work.
What's going on? Oh, please don't let this film turn. Gee. Oh, okay.
I'm an essential worker.
Essential worker.
Yes.
Oh no.
I work for Oskar Schindler.
Uncle, look at the snow. Look at the snow. Look at the snow.
No. No.
A big shot from the SS Budget and Construction Office came to lunch and he told us that to believe the Jewish skilled worker had a place in Reich economics was a treasonable idea.
Oh. I don't want to see this right now. I did say this film's about to take a turn, isn't it?
Leave your luggage on the platform. Clearly label it.
Are they taking them to concentration camps?
I'm sorry, you can't have him. He's on the list. If he were an essential worker, he would not be on
Talking
the
to a
list.
clerk. What is your name?
Sir, the list is correct.
Please with him on it. It'll disrupt production, and the Armaments Board will want to know why.
Well, the list is correct, sir.
No way.
Gentlemen, thank you very much. I think I can guarantee you both be in southern Russia before the end of the month. Good day.
Oh, you can change your mind?
Stern! 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 It's our Stern!
Oh, why is this film funny? Stop making me laugh. I don't like this. How many of his workers are on this aside from Stern though? I know Stern is obviously the most important to him. He's basically responsible for getting this business up and moving.
What have I got here?
I can't remember the last time I did. When's the last time we did this? When's the last time we stood around and talked?
There's no down from here. This is it. This is the bottom.
Left side, ghetto B. Surplus labor. The elderly and infirm mostly.
So there was class between the Jews in the ghetto, but it's kind of like enforced on them.
Damn, I'm fucking freezing.
Is that Ray Fiennes?
One of you is a very lucky girl. There is an opening for a job. Away from all this.
That is Ray Fiennes.
What? I can't hear. Yeah.
The entire foundation has to be torn down and repoured. My name is Jana Reiter. I'm a graduate of civil engineering from the University of Milan.
Oh, I'm educated too, like Karl Marx himself.
Oh man, this is rough. My eyebrows are starting to hurt, which means this movie is getting me upset.
Should have.
What?
Not going to have arguments with these people.
What?
Oh, shooter, here.
What do you mean? And man is drinking his coffee or whatever that is, like it's...
It will take more than that.
I'm sure you're right.
What is this I'm watching? I'm watching. What is this that happened in real life?
Rebuild it like she said.
So why did you shoot her when she was right? I can't take this. I can't believe this film was making me laugh at times. I'm actually annoyed with myself.
Told the Jews they could
I thought people would say this film's gonna make me cry. It's making me angry. Oh, I'm tired. I really want to switch this off. I'll be honest. Which is a compliment, I guess. What? Why? Why? Oh no, 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 no. It's interesting the moments where they choose to speak, like, have the characters speak German, so we're not understanding what they're saying. I guess it's more so we feel like the Polish Jews. We are with them, so we are understanding what they're saying. This is what it would feel like for them to hear, like, the Germans. Well, this is one of the worst things I've ever watched in a film. I'm sorry, I can't. I'm sorry for closing my eyes to certain scenes, guys, but I just... all I can do is laugh because I don't have the words to explain what's going on in my brain. Oh no, he's doing anything just to survive.
I've been given orders to clear the bundles from the road, so there will be no obstructions to the thoroughfare.
Oh, it worked for him, but this might have been, I don't know, it feels like it's been 15 minutes. This feels like it's been the worst 15 minutes of any visual media I've ever watched in my life. I'll say that. Who's this little girl? Jesus. The way I'm using God's name in vain, I deeply apologize. Oh, I think I've seen, like, images. This image feels familiar of a girl walking in a red coat through this violence. Oh my goodness me. Oh, don't do that with the music. Don't, please don't. Spielberg, you're making me angry. I'm trying to remain calm. I'm trying to remain calm. I'm trying to push through this film. I'm trying. Brother. Okay, he's just using it to scope. No, he's not. What is he? I'm so confused. Oh, sorry. I'm looking at, my bad. I'm looking at Ray Fiennes and thinking I'm looking at Liam Neeson. Just ignore me. I'm so sorry. Oh, I think that's a sign that I just... I need to pause it here and just take a break. Just breathe for a second.
How are you doing? Oscar Schindler.
I have to know, what do you get a suit like that? What is that? Is that silk?
Of course. I'd say I'd get you one, but the man who made it's probably dead. I don't know. Every day that goes by, I'm losing money. Every worker that is shot costs me money. I have to find somebody else. I have to train them.
We're going to be making so much money. None of this is going to matter.
It's bad business.
These two are having an alpha.
Lena. Thank you.
You've got things going on inside. Things are good. You don't want anybody telling you what to do.
Oh, yes.
What you want is your own sub-camp.
Ralph Fiennes is scaring me. I've never seen him like this.
You could make things easier for me. I'd be grateful.
There's dirt from the factory owners in this camp.
What are you doing? Wow.
I gave it to him, but independence costs money.
He teethed Stern.
I've got some workers coming in tomorrow. I've got to make room. Make me a hinge. Yes, sir.
You're timing him to see if he's quality and you're standing in his way. Do you even know how long it usually takes?
Oh, that's very good. But I'm a bit confused and perhaps you can help me.
What?
But you've been working since, I think, what, about 6 this morning. Yet, such a small pile of hinges.
Oh, thank you. Take it as a sign and please just leave him alone. Don't, please. Oh my gosh.
Oh, Christ.
Yes.
When you click it was the angle of it.
Bro, are you gonna leave him in suspense like this?
Hinges was so unsatisfactory because the machines were being recalibrated this morning. I was put on to shoveling coal.
Are you sick? Take it as a sign and leave him alone. Test it on yourself. I was gonna say like I've had enough of those scenes, but I guess the point of a film like this is that I haven't seen enough to, and this is to remind me of how bad it really was.
Thank you, sir. You're welcome.
Oh, thank you.
Nobody knows who stole the chicken.
She's ah. Oh. If that wasn't true, that boy's look very smart. And it wasn't true. I love that for him. Well, I mean, sorry for the guy that went, but that's making the most of the situation that they were in. Do you know what I mean?
They say that no one dies here. They say your factory is a haven. They say you are good.
Who says that?
Everyone. I've been living in Krakow and forced paper since the ghetto massacre. My parents are in Warsaw. They are killing older people now in Warsaw. They bury them up in the forest. Look, I'm begging you. Please. Please bring them here.
I don't do that.
My father is an importer, not a metal worker.
Such activities are illegal.
To get forced papers.
You will not interrupt me, Miss Crawford.
Damn, take your paper.
Send them over to Schindler. Send them all. His place is a haven, didn't you know? For rabbis and orphans and people with no skills whatsoever. Reminder that just because he's not the villain or the antagonist, he's not really a great person. No, I'm not losing money. That's not the point. It's dangerous. It's dangerous to me.
I mean, is anyone a good person? But you get what I mean.
Good is under enormous pressure. He's responsible for everything that goes on here. All these people. He's got a lot of things to worry about. But in normal circumstances, he wouldn't be like this. He'd be all right. A man who loves good food, good wine, the ladies, making money,
Killing.
Thank you.
The man to the right of him. He walked down the line shooting every other man with a pistol.
What do you want me to do about it?
Nothing. It's just talking.
And we're being honest about who the man you're talking up is.
Husband and wife.
Is that the girl's parents? Bless her. Do you ever wake up on a Thursday and find that your hairline is receding? I do. That's why I started using... Guys, you know damn well this channel is not big enough to be sponsored by no hairline receding product. I just interrupted this reaction to say, I hope you're watching this and you've subscribed. I don't know what side I'm supposed to be looking at, but I hope you subscribed. I hope you've liked this video. Comment, chat to me. I respond to comments, okay? Let's have a dialogue. All right, back to the reaction. Sorry.
My first day here, he beat me because I threw out the bones from dinner. He asked me where they were.
What did he want them for?
Dogs. I don't know how I say this. I never could say it now. I said to him, "Why are you beating me?" He said, "The reason I beat you now is because you ask why I beat you. One day he will shoot me." There on the steps, he drew his gun. He shot a woman who was passing by.
For no reason?
A woman carrying a bundle through the throat. Just a woman on her way somewhere. The more you see of the Herr Kommandante, the more you see there is no set rules that you can live by. You can say to yourself, if I follow these rules, I will be safe.
He won't shoot you because he enjoys you too much. He doesn't want anyone else to know it's a Jew he's enjoying.
Huh. I mean, what he's saying would only be true if he feels like he can't replace her.
You're never drunk. That's real control. Control is power.
Huh.
We have the power to kill, that's why they fear us.
They fear us because we have the power to kill arbitrarily. A man commits a crime, he should know better. We haven't killed and we feel pretty good about it. That's not power, though. Power is when we have every justification to kill, and we don't. A man stole something, he's brought him before the Emperor. A man stole something, he's brought him before the Emperor. He throws himself down on the ground. He begs for mercy. He knows he's going to die. And the Emperor pardons him. That's power. Amon.
Cinematography, I'm sorry. I can't get away from it even in a scene like this where the acting and the script is doing a lot.
I'm sorry, sir.
You know how much this sun is worth?
Well, let's see how he acts.
Alright. Alright.
Okay. Am I supposed to believe it's changed? I don't believe this change. I'm.
Go ahead, go on, leave. I pardon you.
I mean, I do see this guy as kind of a loser that would do anything. Like, he's desperate to be powerful, and so he has been acting in what he thinks is a demonstration of power. But oh, there you go. Okay, so it's fickle. Like, yeah, didn't like.
If you need a reference after the war, I'd be happy to give you one. It's getting lonely down here, you know, listening to everyone upstairs having such a good time.
You're sick and weird, bro. Not bro, just you.
I would like so much to.
He's so socially awkward.
Touch you in your loneliness. What would that be like? I wonder. I mean, what would be wrong with that?
Oh, he's a loser. He's a loser who gained power.
You're a Jewish bitch.
Oh.
You talked me into it, didn't you?
Oh no. Oh no.
They shaved their hair. They told them it was needed to make something special for U-boat crews. And then they were headed down a big corridor. SS gave them soap. They told them to breathe all the time because it's good for disinfecting. And then they gassed them. Now stop it. Your bedtime stories are scaring everyone.
Yeah. You know, it's ridiculous. I cannot believe it.
What sense does it make to kill your own workforce? To go to all this trouble of assembling a workforce only to...
You're asking questions that have never been answered. Where's Helen? Did she die?
Well, now a shipment coming in that's, what are they this time? Hungarians. Hungarians. They've got to separate the sick from the healthy. To make room.
Oh. Why are you playing music? What's this supposed to do? Why are they pricking themselves? Oh, they're trying to make themselves look healthier with the blood, like more rosy, more fresh-faced. The things that they would do. The cinematography is making me angry in this film, I cannot lie. It's a weird feeling, but I almost feel like it's too good for a film a film with this story, with this narrative, with this horror in it. I know that's weird, but I need to think through my feelings, but that's how I feel right now. I feel like this reaction is just going to be filled with silence because there really isn't words for me to say or to talk about what I'm watching most of the time because I'm just mostly just horrified. So I don't know what to do with any of that. I'm happy for them, but I'm horrified for the other people, man. And I'm sure some of the other people are going to be people that they know, their family. Oh, their own children. There you go. Oh no! I mean, it's survival. I'm sure many of them are gonna pass just from heat exhaustion, from being cramped. It's already a hot day. Look at these. They're in the sunlight and they're basking, but they still look hot. And you've got them locked away in these cabins, not even moving. There's no breeze. How kind, thanks.
I've got some 200-meter horses back in the mouth.
I have 20 meters at home in my garden.
Oh wow, he actually got it. Yeah, the jokes are over now. They're actually looking at him being somewhat.
This car! This car!
I think someone's gonna step in because they're gonna start to question, like, what are you actually doing here? I'm guessing the question's reached.
I kissed a Jewish girl.
That's what they're getting him for.
You didn't see this girl. I saw this girl. This girl was wolf. They cast a spell on you, you know, the Jews. When you work closely with them like I do, you see this. They have this power.
Yet again, I ask, where's Helen?
I did that.
Oh.
I thought it was gonna be Hitler. Oh, that's not Snow, is it? It's Ash. Oh. These people are taking people to... Is that the... That's the one girl. I completely forgot about her.
I made good. Promise me he'll put in a good word for you. Nothing bad's going to happen to you there. You'll receive special treatment.
The directives coming in from Berlin mention special treatment more and more often. I'd like to think that's not what you mean.
Preferential treatment, all right? Do we have to invent a whole new language?
I think so. Of course, you'll have to hire new workers. Poles, I guess, they cost a little more, but what are you going to do?
You ran my business. No, I'm going home. I've done what I came here for. I've got more money than any man can spend in a lifetime. Someday, this is all going to end, you know. I was going to say we'll have a drink then.
I think I better have it now.
Oh. What a callback, man.
Oh, where's the money on this? Where's the scam?
It's good business.
Yeah, it's good business in your opinion. Look, you've got to move them.
I know them. I'm familiar with them. I don't have to train them. It's good for you.
Look at the framing over here,
It's
man.
good for the army.
Who is the cinematographer?
Look. All you have to do is tell me what it's worth to you. What's a person worth?
No. What's one worth to you?
Boy.
How many?
400? 450?
More.
600.
More.
I know about the extra food and clothes you get them paid for out of your own pocket. If we make a combined approach, we could get more than 4,000 out, mine and yours. We could relocate them in something like safety, in Moravia.
850, give or take.
Give or take what, Stern? Give or take what? Count them. How many?
That's it. You can finish that page.
I can't stop talking about the cinematography. The framing in this film is crazy. And the lighting too, I can't leave that out.
Finish the page and leave one space at the bottom.
I mean, Oscar's going on a really interesting arc when you think about the beginning of this movie. He just felt like someone who was here to take advantage of the situation. And over the course of this movie, it almost seems like the money that he...
The list is life. All around, its margins lies the gulf.
Oh.
Oscar, there's a clerical error here.
No. There's one more name I want to put there. I'll never find a maid as well trained as her at Brilliant. They're all country girl.
She's alive.
No.
Sorry, I wanted to say that the money he's gained off the back of the Jewish workers, it seems like he's using it now to save them.
Why not? Why not? Wouldn't be right. She's just going to Auschwitz number 2 anyway.
Not go to Auschwitz. I'd never do that to her. No, I want her to come back to Vienna with me. I want her to come and work for me there. I want to grow old with her.
Are you mad?
Grow old?
You can't take her to Vienna with you.
No, of course I can't. What I can do if I'm any sort of a man is the next most merciful thing. I should take her into the woods and shoot her penis in the back of the head.
Or the third option, which is let her go on the list. Helena. I've been calling her Helen.
I know you've had a long journey, but it's only a short walk further to the factory, where hot soup and bread is waiting for you. Welcome to Brilliant.
I was half expecting like a round of applause there.
The bread. That's not the way you make shoes.
The way that the fact that we've cut back to this is making me a bit nervous. Why are they showing us the woman? Something gonna go wrong.
No, you don't.
What's wrong? Huh? This ain't the same place. Jesus Christ, have mercy upon everyone's souls. Oh no.
They're in Auschwitz. The train was never routed here. A paperwork mistake.
Paperwork mistake? What kind of mistake is that? By how many women lives? And they've already started. They're probably all thinking, oh, didn't that girl say removal of hair, like cutting their hair in her story? They're probably deep in that. It was probably true. Oh no. Oh no. They didn't even waste time. So I'm thinking like they're gonna stay. Don't you dare show this to us, please. I know they just thought they were about to get gassed, but I mean, that's the next step. So they're finding joy in this, but oh. They got their clothes back. Are they being let go? They're being let go. And this is the next group. Ugh, and seeing the smoke turn from white to black.
We work for Oskar Schindler. We're Schindler Jews.
Who is Oskar Schindler?
He had a factory in Krakow.
Schindler Jews is how they refer to themselves. I wonder if that's a real thing, like a real name for this group of people. You want to feel joy, but then what's there to be... I was going to say what's there to be happy about this time period. I mean, being alive, but then you're seeing the rest of the people. Like, this is not the end. You can be happy. I'm trying to be happy for the Schindler Jews, but then I'm seeing the rest of the Jews. This film was just a lot. I also wonder how much is literal in the sense of the story, especially regarding Oskar Schindler. Because, I mean, he's really... At points in this movie, I'm like, if he doesn't exist, there's no joy. Like, he's literally the savior of this movie. He's the savior of these people. And I would hope that it's not dramatized in that sense in the things that he's doing. He's not white savior, because, I mean, everyone here is. But this film is giving a lot of credit to a non-Jew for the savior of these Jews. So I hope it's as true as it can be.
It is unlawful to kill a worker without just cause. Under the Business's Compensation Fund, I am entitled to file damage claims for such deaths. If you shoot without thinking, you go to prison, I get paid. There will be no interference of any kind with production. Hopes of ensuring that guards will no longer be allowed on the factory floor without my authorization. Come on, boys, go!
Are you upset that you can't kill people anymore for fun? What kind of reaction is that? These people are all sick.
We've received angry complaint from the Armaments Board. The artillery shells, tank shells, rocket casings, apparently all of them have failed quality control tests.
To be expected, startup problems. I'll call around, find out where we can buy shells. Pass them off as ours.
I don't see the difference. Whether they make here or somewhere else.
You see a difference? I see a difference.
This is a lot of money. How long can you sustain this for?
Stan, if this factory ever produces a shell that can actually be fired, I'll be very unhappy.
But how does that work? This needs to be a sustainable business for these people to remain alive.
Bye-bye.
Good, Herr Director.
Sun's going down.
Yes, it is.
What's the matter with you? You should be preparing for the Sabbath.
I thought so. I thought that's what he was going to say. Liam Neeson's a giant. How tall is he? Are you angry that they're just being Jewish? Yes, I guess so. The only colour we've seen in this film have been the flames and the gun and the red.
Do you have any money hidden away someplace that I don't know about?
The money's finished.
No.
Is the war over at least?
Yesterday morning at 2:41 a.m. at General Eisenhower's headquarters, General Jodl signed the act of unconditional surrender of all Germans to the Allied Expeditionary Force. The German war is therefore at an end.
I think it's time the guards came into the factory. The unconditional surrender of Germany has just been announced. At midnight tonight, the war is over. Tomorrow, you'll begin the process of looking for survivors of your family. Tomorrow, you'll begin the process of looking for survivors of your families.
True.
In most cases, you won't find them. After 6 long years of murder, victims are being mourned throughout the world. Many of you have come up to me and thanked me. Thank yourselves. Thank your fearless Stern, and others among you who, worried about you, have faced death at every moment. I'm a member of the Nazi Party. I'm a munitions manufacturer.
Let's not forget that.
I'm a profiteer of slave labor.
Hey.
I am a criminal.
He said everything I said in this film.
You'll be free, and I'll be hunted.
Oh, I didn't think about that part.
I shall remain with you until 5 minutes after midnight, after which time, and I hope you'll forgive me, I have to flee. I know you have received orders from our commandant. Here they are, they're all here. This is your opportunity.
I mean, I'm happy, but I feel like there would be one sicko who would try something. Oh, are you gonna be the sicko? I haven't enjoyed your face at any point in this film. Look at the faces. These people are tired. Hey, what they've been through.
Thank you, Mr. Yellow. Thank you, Mr. Yellow. Thank you, Mr. Yellow.
Oh, I just thought they were having a bit of a drink. Remember when I was laughing in the first like 15 to 20 minutes of this movie? Huh? Liam Neeson is so tall.
We've written a letter trying to explain things in case you were captured. Every worker has signed it.
It's Hebrew from the Talmud. It says, whoever saves one life saves the world entire.
An embrace. I'll take a handshake. I'll take it.
I could have got more up. I could have got more. I don't know if I just...
Oh, Liam Neeson, damn.
Oscar, there are 1,100 people who are alive because of you. Look at them.
This is the best performance I've seen from Liam Neeson in my life.
If I just...
Will be generations because of what you did.
I didn't do enough.
You did so much.
This car. Good, what about this car? This is gold. 2 more people. For this. One more person. And I did. I did.
Something I haven't mentioned so far in this film is the score, but it really is beautiful. But look at the cinematography. That's why I've been distracted, because what is this? Oh. The intentional contrast of the images we've seen before of bodies lying on the floor to seeing these free bodies.
You have been liberated!
Oh, what a shame. Oh, wow. Oh, the Schindler Jews are a thing. Wow. Are these really them? Or am I bugging when I'm thinking about the time? I mean, we're talking like 40s, 50s up until the... When does this film come out? Late 80s, 90s? Oh, I've just picked up some of the real life people alongside the actors that played them in the film. Sorry, slow. This film was a lot. My brain is a bit fried. That Liam Neeson. What a movie. What a film. Oh, goodness me. Ugh. I feel like I've been through hell. Guys, did you know this is not my only channel? I actually have two or three more channels. Some of them are already active, some of them are just being launched. I'm about to start a Twitch. I'm gonna start Twitch streaming. I'm gonna talk about films, music, culture. I wanna do a bit of gaming. So I will have a live channel where I will post clips from my streams, or you can just watch me on Twitch directly. I also have the main channel where I talk about bigger themes in more long form curated videos, more like video essays, and I plan to do more. So if you want to see me outside of just my reactions, there's plenty of avenues to do so. Go subscribe to those channels. See you in a bit. 3, 2, 1. Schindler's List. Schindler's List. I hated a lot of that. And I don't say that to say this is a bad film. I think Steven Spielberg was successful in making a movie that portions of this movie I was just having the worst time, and that is with intent. That is the intent of Steven Spielberg and the creators behind this film, to put scenes in this movie that, listen, they are never ever going to be able to replicate the things that happened during this time period. It's never going to happen, but they are as much as they can without being, I don't even know what the word is, as much as they can, staying within the limits of a film, because it's not even a documentary. It could be. It's a film depicting real life events. As much as they can, they need to stay within certain limits so that this doesn't become too gruesome. Because what I'm being shown, this is the part that gets to me, is what I'm being shown is probably like, it's not even the worst of the worst that happened during this time period. And yet I'm so repulsed that I did not want to watch parts of this movie. at parts I just want to skip or just stop watching this movie outright. Like, this movie made me so upset, so angry. I think there's many movies make me angry, and I'm not talking about like because they're bad movies. I'm talking about because of the subject matter. I think the last movie to get like a big reaction out of me, I didn't watch When They See Us. I know a lot of people did. I actually had to skip that movie because I was like, I know the story already, and I just at that period I didn't need it. I didn't need it. I still haven't watched it. But the last movie I remember like getting irate in this way about, and it's not even to the level of this, was Detroit. I remember I went to watch Detroit starring John Boyega in the cinema, and I was rattled. I also watched that film, like I did a double feature. I watched something else on that day, and then I watched, might have been Dunkirk, and then I watched Detroit. That doesn't even compare. But the other movie that obviously, naturally I think of, if you studied as a child in the UK up to the age of 15, you probably watched The Boy in Striped Pajamas in school. That's the most similar reference for the contents of this movie. And I remember watching it as a child and rattled. So that's the closest film experience. I know there's a documentary, like a 9-part series, that is lauded as like the most accurate depiction of the events. Is it called Showa or Show? I'm sure someone in the comments knows what I'm talking about. You can correct me. I've been meaning to watch that, but I always put it off because of, as you can see, my reaction in this film. These kind of things, I struggle to cry. I just get so irate because in my brain, I cannot logically put together how someone reaches the point. I don't even want to. There's so many aspects to me in my mind of trying to make sense of how human beings get to the point of doing this. And I part of that is like, well, they don't see the other people as human beings. Okay, well then my question is, how do you get to the point? Maybe not even get to them. How are you born? How are you conditioned to believe that this group of people is subhuman, therefore equals extermination? How? And how were so many people just passive participants in letting that happen? How? How and why? And it just stresses me out thinking about this film. Right now, I'm not even talking about the movie itself, or in a way I am, but I'm really talking about the contents, like even regardless of the movie. But these are the feelings that a movie like this just brings to you. For me, it just makes me irritated, angry. I'm black. Black people have had their fair share of persecution. And so a film like this only brings back the other questions I have. Slavery is still around today. There's things going around in the world. There's things happening in the world today that this movie just brings to my mind. And I'm just like, but okay, so how? How? Why? How? Why? Okay, let's talk about this actual movie, the movie in and of itself. Because this is, I want to say, this is probably one of the most well-made movies I've ever seen from head to toe. Like, I can't get... Spielberg does a thing where he pulls the rug under you. I mentioned in the intro that I kind of knew... I knew the general subject matter, but I didn't know how aggressive or what angle we were going to take. And so we start this movie and I'm kind of thrown because we're looking at Oscar Schindler and he's almost like, you know what the intro was? I was finding myself thinking, who is this like suave James Bond type? Like in the cinematography too, we're looking at this individual, he's a womanizer, he knows how to entertain, people love him, he's suave, the cinematography on him, the lighting on his eyes, he's smoking his, whatever he was smoking, a cigarette or whatever. They're having a great time at this party, he's entertaining the guests, all whilst wearing the Nazi symbol. And I'm like, why is this so stylish? What is this noir vibe? Like, people told me I'm gonna cry, so I expected this to be different. But it's all very intentional by Spielberg because he cuts right to the streets and we see the soldiers marching. And then we're seeing them mock this Jewish man and his, is there a name for that? I'm just gonna call it his curls. But even then, the movie is lighthearted is not the word, but it isn't being as aggressive as you would think when a movie's dealing with this subject matter. And then there's humor. There's not humor because it's not written in like lines of comedy, but it's just the best way I can describe it is human humor of interaction, regular interactions between people on a day-to-day basis that would just make you laugh. It's not no one's doing stand-up, but this is just general humor. And I'm like, so what are we doing here? And it all serves a purpose because once you reach the point, I think it's the point at which Eamon Goth or Armand Goth, once you reach the point in which he shows up in this film becomes hell on earth. The experience for the Polish Jews becomes hell on earth, literally, and everything is horror on screen. And I think without that, for lack of a better word, soft intro, I don't think the rest of the film hits as like it almost ramps it up. I know what I'm talking about here is the death of people, regardless that was going to hit. But I think in the execution of a film, it just makes it intensifies it. I also think it plays into what was the experience and mindset of some of the Jewish people that were under this Nazi rule. We hear conversations of people and they're like, oh, this is the worst. We're just going to live in these ghettos that they've created for us. We're treated like slaves, but at least we're not dying. Like, this is the worst for us. We heard that comment about, I think, like 2 times from 2 separate people. And I think that is a representation of that first portion of this film. It's like, oh, yeah, we're being treated like absolute crap, but they're not killing us. And then Eamon, whatever his name is, I don't care to know I probably should name his name because his name should be in history so we learn a lesson. But he turns up and, as I said, this movie becomes hell and it becomes a hellish experience for the Jewish people. As I said multiple times in this film, and I've already mentioned it, the cinematography and the lighting in this film throws me off because it's not just there for the intro, it stays. And there's a dichotomy between the cinematography and what this film visually looks like, how stunning and beautiful this film is, and then the contents, what's actually happening in the film. And I said I was going to think about it. I don't know why it makes me feel this way. I feel like at times it's so impressive that it's almost too beautiful. And that might be the intent by Spielberg and what's the name of the DP of this film? Janusz Kaminski. Forgive me if I've mispronounced his name. I feel like it has to be intentful because it's so stylish, so clean. They would clearly wanted this film to look this way. But I have to admit, sometimes I found it almost too distractingly beautiful for the horror that I was actually witnessing. I know it doesn't, just because you are, or the subject matter is something horrifying, doesn't mean that you need to take like a handheld, aggressive camera approach and make it more gritty and dirty. You don't have to. I don't know what I'm saying. This is a compliment and confusion on my part because I just found the cinematography, like this is one of the best looking films I've ever seen. And for some reason, I feel uncomfortable saying that about a film about Nazis killing Jews. Also, I never would have guessed that this score was John Williams. What a beast of a score, especially when it comes. I wasn't really thinking about the score too actively until the final scenes with Oscar Schindler. But in that final scene, when I realized what I had been listening to, that score is so rich and beautiful and appropriate. That one is getting downloaded. That is not the sound of that score is not something I associate with John Williams. I think of Star Wars. I now think of Jurassic Park. I think of these like big, wondrous, triumphant scores. This is so different and so subtle and no, not subtle. It's just beautiful, simply. I guess we should talk about Oscar Schindler because this movie, and this is where I would see people having a criticism of this movie. I almost feel in a way that these wouldn't be, I almost feel like these are questions I can ask, but I can't answer because I'm not Jewish. But I said in the middle of this film somewhere, I can't remember what happened and what prompted me to ask the question, but I said, I hope this film is being very literal in what transpired in regards to Oscar Schindler, because this film very much frames him as the savior of this group of people. I know at the end they kind of like he kind of tries to push the gratitude of the Jewish people towards Isaac Stern rather than himself. But that's more so I know I was going to say that's the first time. He actually tries to give Stern credit face to face a few times in this film. And at the end, he's like, say thank you to, don't thank me, thank Isaac Stern, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But the film, aside from his comments, the film itself is very much Oscar Schindler's story. From the opening to the close, this is Oscar Schindler and how his arc, which is the main arc in the entire story, he's the biggest change in this story, how his arc and a change in him as a person helps to save countless amount of Jewish people from persecution. And I was saying, I hope that's as true as can be, because you're painting someone, not a Jewish person, a non-Jew, as the savior of the Jew. This film, more than anything, makes me intrigued about this Oscar Schindler person. And I think we've had countless, over the years, people have revisited many films and thought about the fact that there's a lot of films that deal with subject matters like this, of persecution of a certain group of people being alienated or genocide, etc. And then you find that the hero of the movie is usually a white man or just someone who's not of the race of the people or the group of people that you are discussing. It takes some external force to be like, hey, we should stop this, and everyone listens to that person and then they stop. Or just a savior in general. And so I wonder how the Jewish people felt about this movie and how they feel about this movie now, because a lot of that, I feel like a lot of that criticism came, like, it was like retrospective for a lot of films, and it came post 2000s, and this film is early 90s, I believe. So I wonder how people felt at the time toward this movie. I wonder how people feel about this movie now, looking back at that time period. And I almost feel like if this is as true as can be, and everything in this movie transpires, it's very hard for me, but I'm on the outside, to criticize this movie for something that actually happened. I guess maybe the question for other people is, if this is the biggest, best movie as a representation of this time period, maybe we need to ask questions as to why the film that painted this non-Jewish man who was a member of the Nazi party, we can't forget that part, why he's the savior of these people. Why is this the biggest representation of this that we have? If it is, I might be completely wrong, so correct me. I hope you get my questions. I hope they're not wild questions. I hope they don't get misinterpreted. But I really do find the Oscar Schindler character interesting. The fact that the film makes me... The first thing I wanted to do when I finished this film is look into Oscar Schindler and his background and his history. Maybe that's because I've been educated in this time period and the persecution, the Nazi persecution of the Jews already, whereas I didn't know anything about Oscar Schindler. Maybe that's part of it. But I left the film wanting to know more about him, especially the fact that he was a member of the Nazi party. I'm like, whoa, so what were you doing there? Was he there just to profit? Because in general, this film, makes it feel like he doesn't have much politics except to make money. Originally, he's not very empathetic, very capitalistic mindset. There's a war going on. Let me use this time to make money. They say like he's tried to start businesses. They've always failed. And this was the biggest opportunity he had to make money. And so I think why was he a member of the Nazi party is my biggest question. Was he an active participant? Was he just someone who was going along with what the times were? He was an upper class man. This was the in thing. In thing sounds so ridiculous, sorry. But you know what I mean. And so he was just amongst, or did he have full knowledge of what was going on and was just there to profit? Like, why? How does a man like that was, if he was an active participant, how was he blind to the things that were going on prior? So many. I'm so intrigued to look up this man, because ultimately what he did in the end was so beautiful. But how were you there? I understand how he got here. I definitely understand that. But that's essentially what this film is. But how were you there in the first place? And this is probably not a limited experience. I don't believe everyone who is from that era, who was just going about their day-to-day life and was a German, wasn't a Nazi. However, they probably saw it and were just like, oh, do you know what I mean? They were probably all passive participants. Some of the things I'm saying I feel are so relevant today. But even if he was passive, I'm asking too many questions. Anyway, is there anything else I want to share? Oh my gosh, Liam Neeson. Listen, Liam Neeson has said some things in the last 5 years. If you don't know, go look it up. I can't be asked to talk about that. He said some things. So he ain't necessarily in my good books. However, I've never seen this man act like this in a film before. This is a joke. I mean, by the way, it's not just Liam Neeson. Liam Neeson, Ben Kingsley, who I did not even recognize. I did not recognize that as Ben Kingsley until I finished the film and I looked at the cut. Oh, sorry, I saw the credits. And Ray Fiennes. I thought the three of them, but between Ben Kingsley and Ray Fiennes, there needed to be a double award. Like, this film should have taken 3 acting awards, all for those 3, because they were all stellar. Listen, this is not Ray Fiennes' first time playing a villain. I've seen him play Rasputin. I've seen him play Voldemort. Those are obviously... Rasputin is not a trivial figure. However, his use in that film, The King's Man, was a bit more and less literal. And obviously, Voldemort was a fictional character. So there's struggling to make a comparison there. However, this was nasty. And I say it as a compliment. Horror. Ben Kingsley as Stern, the warmest character I feel. Well, so many of the... I feel like the Jewish people, the Schindler Jews, now I know that, really provided the warmth in this movie. I think about Stern. I think about, there's so many repeat faces that we see in this film over the time period. There's 2 older men. The one is the rabbi, and one is the guy who, I think he said he was a history professor, and eventually Stern comes and gives his papers to him. There's a few women in this film. There's a lady that tells the story, and we see her face on the train. I think that was the same lady. There's a lady whose grandmother, whose parents Schindler brings to the factory. There's Helena, and it just makes it so horrifying because we saw so many of the characters around them. Just, yeah, I mean, you watch the film, you know what happened. Yeah, I don't know if there's anything else to say about this film. The range, I would say, of Steven Spielberg. I've just watched Jurassic Park. I've seen Jaws. To be honest, actually, I'm pretty sure Steven Spielberg is the one that did The Color Purple, right? I've watched that film, and that I don't. Similarly, for different reasons, I don't enjoy The Color Purple. I don't go back to that version of that film. I'd rather watch the version that came out recently because that. Well, I mean, this is a compliment. I would rather watch the more recent version. That is not as good as Steven Spielberg's version because his version to me is so heartbreaking and brutal. Likewise, I'm not sure I will be watching the Schindler's List for fun. No. But a man who does Jaws, and then you do The Color Purple, this is not in order, and you can do Schindler's List, and you can do Jurassic Park, and you do, what's the name of the films? Indiana Jones. I haven't watched those films, but you do those, and then I'm going to a war film, and then, bro, you do Ready Player One. I've seen that one. It's crazy. Didn't he do, I think he did a musical just recently. No? West Side Story? Was that Steven Spielberg? I can't remember. Yeah, this film tired me out. I feel like this was 30 minutes, I was okay. And then it was 2 hours and a half of just absolute suffering. I haven't even mentioned the girl in the red jacket. I've definitely seen that imagery before. Maybe just from subconsciously, I've seen the movie post, and so that's where I've recognized her from, probably. Or maybe it's just a known image. I don't know. Using that as a motif, or like, oh, I can't talk much more about this film. This film is upsetting, as it was supposed to be. Literally one of the, in so many aspects, one of the best films I've ever seen, especially about real life events. Yeah. I don't know how I transition off this or close this out. But next I will be watching Saving Private Ryan. I know it's a war film. I know people also tell me I'm going to cry at that film. Will I cry? Will I be angry? I don't know. Yeah. I guess see you next time, guys.